Hello and welcome to Live in the Solution. I'm your astrologer and tarot card reader, Mary Trimble, here with your readings for August the 12th through August the 18th. This is the second time I am recording these readings. I neglected to open up the software for my mic on my computer because it's new and I'd forgotten that I had to do that. So I recorded everything without audio. Anyway, these things are sent to try us, aren't they? And it kind of worked out because I had a workshop yesterday and I would have been editing in between and I wouldn't have been there 100%. So these are going to be out and I'm going to get them up as quickly as possible. If you are new, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really hope that you come back and that you enjoy these readings. Remember, these are collective. These readings are for the collective. So take what resonates and leave the rest. Don't assume everything I say here relates to you or your life. If you would like a personal, more in-depth reading, I would be happy to give you that. Click on this link or go to my website, which all the links are below. These are for your sun, moon, and rising, by the way, so check those out too. And the links to all the links that you need will be in the show more section below. What else? If you are returning, guys, I really appreciate your loyalty and support of my channel. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And also, if you would like to support me in another way, please check out my Patreon page. And I want to thank all my patrons. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. You can donate once or donate monthly, as little as $1 a month, and that helps me in a huge way. It helps me with equipment and getting and the time to get these videos out on time. Now, my readings come in 3 sections, and there will be skipped time stamps below in the show more section. Also, there's an intro, which is this. There is the astrology report, and after that the tarot card reading. So you will, if you're checking your sun, moon, and rising, you'll be able to skip to those times. So everything is below. So without further ado, let's go to your reading, shall we? Please excuse me. I am really hot. This mic is so sensitive I can't put my fan or anything on. I mean, it's not that it's really hot, it's just extremely humid. Okay, so what's going on this week astrologically? Wow, a lot. We have this huge full moon in Aquarius. Now, full moons are when the moon and the sun are opposite each other, right? So the moon is in Aquarius and the sun is in Leo. Now, this is, think of the Leo as the heart, right? Leo is heart-centered. It's all about love. It's all about putting love out there. And Aquarius is all about the intellect, and it's about community and humanitarianism, right? So the mind without the heart doesn't have any empathy, and the heart without the mind doesn't have any self-awareness. So when the two meet, it is a perfect coming together, and it's when you can make a decision with your mind and your heart, it's true intelligence, right? So the moon is in Aquarius, the sun is in Leo, and they are playing this seesaw game, right? I don't know about you, but I am very sensitive to full moons. First of all, I'm a Cancer, and so I'm really tuned in to the moon, and I'm a Leo rising, so this will really affect me. Now, the interesting thing about this full moon is that there are 4 planets in Leo. And Leo is a fire sign, it's passionate. And Venus is exactly conjunct, almost to the minute. Let me have a look. How many? It's 22 degrees. Yeah, there's about 21 minutes between them. But they are almost on top of each other, the Sun and Venus. So the moon is also over Venus. This is really an accentuation of love. Now, Venus is the goddess of love, right? And relationship. But she's not all, she's not like, depending on which sign she's in. She's not like the moon that's maternal love. I mean, she can be very moody and sensual and sexual. And there's a lot of energy here, right? And there's a push-pull. So there's some kind of mood there and maybe some difficulty in relationships, especially we have Mars also in Leo and Mercury in Leo. And there are some squares going on. Now, squares they're contentious. Squares are contentious. They're not easy aspects, right? So Mercury, all this is happening at the same time as this full moon. So Mercury is squaring Uranus. So, Mercury is the intellect. And look, Leo is about joy, having fun, the inner child, if you will, right? So it's about allowing that to come out. It's about really enjoying yourself. It's such a beautiful energy, all 4 planets, but they are. Leo is a fixed sign, right? So you may need to look at where you are digging your heels in. Can you give a little? Something's got to give with these squares because the moon is also square to Uranus at the same time. So there's got to be some give and take here. Something will give along the way. We don't know what, because Aquarius is a fixed sign, and with the 4 planets in Leo, that's more fixed energy. So there's a lot of, headbutting, right? There's a lot of headbutting. And Uranus is in Taurus. So that's another fixed sign. So there's all this, contentious energy going around this week. So we really need to kind of take a moment and go heart-centered. Put love first. Try to put joy out there. Really enjoy yourself. Do your best to enjoy yourself. It may be difficult with all these aspects happening. Now, we're also feeling this Sunday, the 11th, Jupiter stationed direct. I'm just going to quickly mention that in September, October, November, things are really going to speed up. Look, Mercury is already speeding up. It's going fast. So we're going to feel that momentum going forward. Good energy is ahead. And this is really good that Jupiter's going forward. Things will pick up momentum. We'll start to feel that fast energy, and we'll feel that we're finally getting somewhere, because we've had so many planets in retrograde. And of course, Uranus has just, went retrograde at the same time as Jupiter went forward. With Uranus kind of rules, is in the sky. It's like lightning, it's thunder, it's kind of, up there. Taurus, it's in the sign of Taurus. So Taurus is pulling it towards the earth, right? That's, a lot of stuff is happening with our planet right now. Now, what I will say about Uranus going retrograde, I feel that it will give us a little reprieve it will go direct in January 2020. So we can prepare for that time for it to go direct in January. So it's going to give us a little kind of, reprieve, if you will. And it'll kind of, as it goes backwards, you will have a chance to prepare to put your to cross your T's and dot your I's. And I just want to mention this with Jupiter station direct. All the qualities of Jupiter will be amplified. So, listen, Jupiter is the planet of abundance. And so, of course, our ego is going to really play into that. But I do want to mention, right, that when Jupiter goes direct and with all Jupiter just enhances and expands whatever you're focused on. So really be cautious. Whatever you focus on and what you believe, what you plan for, this is a really good time to make intentions. It really is a great time to write things down, to be really clear about where you're going, what you want, and how you want to do it. Because if you're focusing on that, Jupiter will expand that for you. So be really, if you're focused on the problem and being mired and being stuck and terrible things happening, well, then that will expand. So keep that in mind. Hello, Pisces, and welcome to your reading, and thank you so much for your patience. I'm really sorry that this has taken me a while to get your reading up for August the 12th through August the 18th. It's actually the 13th, but this is my second time around recording. Second time around. Sorry, I just couldn't resist that. Okay, so let's go to your card, shall we? Without further ado, one last shuffle. And this is for Pisces, for wonderful, sensitive, ethereal Pisces. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Pisces for this coming week? Three cards for Pisces, please. 3 cards for Pisces. 2 more cards for Pisces, please. 2 more cards for Pisces. 2 more. Oh, 1 more card for Pisces, please. 1 more. Oh, there you go. Oh, it's so interesting. There's lots of crossover here everywhere. You need to get your sun, moon, and rising. And you need to check those out. These are clarifying cards for Pisces. Clarifying cards for Pisces. What wonderful gifts, guidance, blessings, and helpful information can you give Pisces, please, for this coming week through these clarifying cards? Please clarify. Oh, wanted to come out, but then it didn't. Please clarify. Oh, there are 2 out here, so I'm going to go with that. Lovely. Okay, so please clarify. Well, this came out when somebody exactly the same came out in another reading. I don't remember which one though. And please clarify. Okay. Pisces, here are your cards. Sorry that's my mic. Okay, so the first card out is the 9 of Pentacles. Clarifying the 9 of Pentacles is the 10 of Pentacles and the Star card. Then you have the Tower. Clarifying the Tower is the 6 of Cups. Then you have the 2 of Cups, clarified by the 8 of Swords. So, the first card out for you, Pisces, is the 9 of Pentacles. in this card, if you look at it, she's really affluent. She's got, exotic birds, and she has, look, she's got the butterfly, which signifies change. And she's got she's got some coins here, but most of the coins are down here. So it seems to me that financially things are really on the rise for you. You're really kind of making enough to feel really secure and comfortable. Although, security is not that important for you, but you are feeling affluent for sure, most of you. And look, clarifying is the 10 of Cups. So you're almost at the finish line. This thing about this card sometimes is that you can overspend because you're feeling of affluence. However, clarifying it is the 10 of coins. So, rather than overspend or being overly luxuriant, just hang in there, because the 10 of coins is on its way. And I have a feeling that you have some healing coming through for your finances. And actually, when the star card comes in, it's going to show you a path forward. The starlight is spread in the darkness, and there's a pathway illuminated. Look for your path, because you are being shown a way forward. But the star card is a deep healing emotionally, spiritually, and physically. Now, the next card out is the Tower, and this is the removal of something. This is a situation. Usually it's a job, it's an apartment, it's a house, it's something. This could be part of your path, right? Things are removed that aren't working for you anymore. This is Uranus, and we've got a lot of squares with Uranus, right? So things are shaking up and moving. It's not surprising the Towers come out in a couple of readings with Uranus there. Now the Tower comes out, but always for the best. Something is being removed that you probably know should have been removed for a while, but you've kind of procrastinated making any kind of effort towards it. And guess what? When something needs to be removed, if you don't remove it, it gets taken away. And the Tower doesn't feel that great, but it can be something. It doesn't have to be huge. It doesn't have to be, massive, but it's definitely something that's, look, it's an uncomfortable feeling, but usually the uncomfortability is the hanging on to it or the idea of it, right? Now, you have the Six of Cups, and the Six of Cups is kind of, it reminds me a little of Neptune, right? Because it's very kind of in the past. You're kind of thinking about the past, you're contemplating the past, and looking at it with rose-colored glasses. It's like you look at your childhood. Sometimes it's not with rose-colored glasses, it's the opposite, right? It's you might be kind of forced to deal with the childhood trauma. Something might come up from your childhood that you need to address, and might shatter your view of what, look, this full moon is about revealing things to you. So there are epiphanies happening, right? Epiphany is a big word for this week, I think. I've already had one or two already. So epiphanies are on the table, and I think that you could have some real insight into perhaps your past that can really help you with the present and going forward. When the Six of Cups comes into a reading, it's don't stay in the past too long. It's like, okay, connect the dots if you can, because this is a connect the dot kind of moment an epiphany of moving forward. And, you know, perhaps you're looking at your life and say, oh, wow, I really did believe that. And I've been looking at this in the wrong way. So you are going to have, some of you are going to be really self-aware and are going to make some huge steps forward. Instead of being in the past, and it's going to help you in your relationships and in going forward. Now, the next card up for you is the Two of Cups. That's usually, this is also considered the Lover's card, right? And so you've clarifying it is the Swords. Now, a lot of Lovers and Swords have come up together in a lot of readings. And, you know, I think of this full moon in Aquarius, right? Aquarius is the intellect, the Swords, right? The Swords represents the intellect. And the Cups represents emotions and the heart, right? So we need for them to meet in the middle, because the Swords will have you feel trapped, and you can be. I always say, look, the intellect without the heart has no compassion, and the heart without the intellect has no self-awareness. So what you want is that the meeting of those. What I'm seeing here, right, is that there's a relationship. And it's really important when the Two of Cups that comes in to see yourself in everyone. Now, it doesn't have to be a love relationship. It can be a friendship. It can be, you know, a relationship at work. But it's kind of, you know, it's putting yourself in someone else's shoes. And so you can really understand them. That's compassion, right? Have compassion for everyone that you meet. You may have, some of you may be in a relationship and feel kind of stuck there, imprisoned. But this is an illusion. We're never stuck. There are always opportunities. There are always options. There are always choices. It makes me laugh because my son constantly says, I have no choice. And I say, oh, yes, you do have a choice. Even Thelma and Louise had a choice, right? I mean, they chose to drive off a cliff. I wouldn't suggest that to anyone. But it was a choice. It was a choice they made. So there's always a way out. There's always an opportunity or an option that you can take. Bring compassion into it. Take the blindfold off. See the truth for what it is, right? See the situation for what it really is. Like take the rose-tinted glasses off and look at the situation for real. And understand that you are not trapped. This is an illusion. You can get out of this. Now, this can be a relationship, it can be a situation, but usually with the Cups, it's emotional. So maybe you feel tethered. Look, it could be your child's father that you're no longer with, or your child's mother that you're no longer with, and you could feel trapped in that, contentious relationship. This is really representing the contention that we may feel on and off this week, with all the squares and the oppositions and all the opposing kind of energies that we have. But if we go into this week with awareness, it does, and we're heart-centered and we're trusting that things are happening the way they're supposed to, and we can have acceptance. We don't have to react. We can respond, right? And we can choose a different road to go down. We need to take the blindfold off and understand that we're a prisoner of our own minds. It's only our minds that imprison us. People can be in prison and feel completely free. They use their mind to, wander about freely, right? So we're outside and we're in prison because we're prisoners of our own minds. So break free from those shackles of your mind. Bring your heart into play. Let the mind and the heart meet. Pisces, thank you so much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like this video, share it with friends, family, neighbors, social media, and help me grow this channel. I can't even talk. And please comment. I live for comments and feedback, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. Mwah! I love you all, and thanks again for your patience, and I'll see you next week.